What is up, Customs Agents? This is me, Sam Jackson, Director of Innovation Technology for the Georgia Legacy Group and Maps Coach. And today I'm going to kind of walk you through one of the most common questions we get as to how do I reach out to KW support? And I want to show you the best way to do this through KW Command. And honestly, I love the support team. As a tech director and market center tech trainer and supporting 1,500 agents across my market centers, I put in a lot of tickets. And I can tell you, those people behind the curtain at KWRI and the support team work their BUTT off, and they are incredible folks. So I just want to show you how to access them in case you ever run into an issue that you may need to support or need to reach out to support to put in a ticket. I will say just a little caveat though, if you're watching from one of the other market centers or one of my market centers, never feel like you need to reach out to KW support on your own. You can always reach out to your market center tech trainer or your regional tech trainer for support just to make sure that there isn't something that we may need to learn as a lesson inside of Command before we assume that it's a bug or an actual technical glitch. So there's two ways that you can reach KW support. Number one would be to email them at support@kw.com. This will generate a ticket, and then obviously your responses will be corresponding through email, through whichever email service that you use. The other way, and this is my personal preferred way, is to click, you can go into Command, number one, go into Command, and I want you to click on the question mark icon up here in the top right-hand corner. And then you'll see here down at the bottom, really we have some really help information on like guided tours and KWU, chat with support, which is when you click on, and then also ideas.kw.com, which is how you can submit some feedback as to put in feature requests for KW Command. But what we're interested in is hitting this chat and support function here. So when I click on this, it's going to give me a nice little chat bot. And don't worry, there is a human behind this. Just right now, it's the bot. And the goal here is that if there's maybe an issue that you have, we might be able to resolve it with an article that we've already created. But if we can't easily solve your problem through an article and assume that maybe there's another issue or a bug that we need to go into, you can click on this Get in Touch button right here. And this will now prompt that we can enter a live chat or we can leave a message, which would then create that email chain. But for this instance, I'm going to create a live chat. And it's going to preload my information. But if you need to change who the email goes to, feel free to do that. I'll just put my alternative. And then we're going to go through the prompts. Number one, I want to hit select a topic here to describe my issue. And the reason for this is we want to make sure that the proper support system with the right expertise can actually answer your question. So if I'm having an issue, for say, with smart plans and Twilio, I'll scroll down the bottom and click that. I can put my telephone number in. And for the sake of that, I'm not going to put this in because I don't want YouTube to take my video down. It's been happening a lot lately. But then I can put my message in. So I can say, hey, having an issue. Now, for the sake of this, I'm going to put in this spot here. But what I would encourage you is be specific as you possibly can. Ideally, the more detailed we can be, the less questions and less give and go back and forth we'd have to have with the person who's on the chat team. We want to be as direct as possible and actually diagnose the problem so that people can figure that out so we can get the proper support channel. And I would also recommend, if you're unfamiliar with the recording service that I personally use that you're watching, I use a service called Loom, Loom. Again, that's Loom, Loom. It's a free service that you can use to record videos just like I'm doing. That's the service I'm using right now. And that gives me a link that I can also drop in the chat to send to them so that they can watch a 1 or 2 minute video and actually see you walking through your screens versus saying, hey, I'm having this issue when I do this thing in contacts. And then we have to go back and forth and ask 4 or 5 different questions to finally figure out where we're at and what the problem may be. I'd highly recommend if you can do something like a Loom, they can watch it and see precisely what's going on and can direct maybe an answer or an escalation in a much more timely manner. So, and once I hit the start the chat, I'm not going to do this because I'm not going to bug the queue. This will put me right into a live chat with one of the correspondents that we have as part of the Keller Williams family, and they're great people. Over time, if you submit enough tickets like I do, you'll start to recognize them by name, and there's some really familiar, friendly, wonderful people behind our KW support team. So hopefully this is something that you find valuable today and you find a closer connection to our KW support team. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay in command. See y'all.